One second, and perfect. Hey, look, here we go. Awesome. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 18 of Some Random. I am your host, Sriracha Flash. With me today, the wonderful, the magnificent, the great and powerful LiteBritejpg, also known as Sarah, which I'll be using for the rest of the show. Because if I keep saying LiteBrite, I think I'm going to go crazy. As much as I love your name, I'm just going to go with Sarah from now on.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't care.
If I keep on saying LiteBrite, my kid's going to go, huh? Where's the toys at? And then she's going to hit me in the back of the head.
I can't wait to hear you say, I love you, sweetie. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah. Listen, sometimes you got to. All right? I love the kid so much. But, you know,
oh, my God. She's so adorable, though.
Thank you. I worked really hard. I carried her in my pouch for 9 months, and then she just kind of fell out. Oh, my gosh. Anyways.
She'll be an Abby main before you know it.
Oh, my God. Actually, you know what? She broke my heart. We started up the character select screen, and at first she picked Karin, and I was like, oh, no. Like, not Karen. And then, like,
I understand, though.
Yeah, like, whatever. Like, if you want to pick a female character, that's fine. You know, when I started out, I was definitely, like, every female character I could get my hands on I thought was the coolest, because there's so many macho dudes, right? But then she settled on a Buki. And
no.
Yeah. So she's big into a Buki right now, which is a problem. But
you know what? She'll outgrow it.
Yeah,
that'll be fine.
I'm hoping so. She the other day was like playing with Mika, which is like semi close to a grappler. So like I'll allow it. Eventually she'll come to the dark side over here. But
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or Vega. Except I wouldn't wish that life on her. You know, like I feel like. I joke about everyone getting their kids playing Vega, but why would I wish that curse on anybody? It's my cross to bear. Mine and the Claw family. And
look, that Claw family...
Little Sriracha Flash needs to pick what she deems the worthy character for her.
That Claw family is exceedingly strong. Y'all are like a tight-knit fucking group.
We are.
That shit's real, man. Like, that's
bunch of trolls.
Well,
so good.
It is, though, because, like, it seems like every time that a Vega player is up for doing something, 30 of you motherfuckers come out of the woodwork and, like, sharing the stream to where they're playing, sharing how they're doing. Like, everyone's congratulating each other. I'm like, hot damn. Meanwhile, Abigail players are like, found tech.
Where are y'all at anyway these days? I mean, I got you. LPN? I think he still plays Abby, right?
Yep, I think he's still on him. But we're so stretched out that when I hear a really good player is playing Abigail, I'm like, oh no shit, he plays Abigail, that's crazy. It's all fucking news to me.
We can give it hope.
Yeah, but there's me, there's Monk Unit, Mego is out there doing work, Blarlad, there's a few of us. Yeah, cool kid still out there, but although I think he's on Honda now, Honda and Cody.
I don't blame him though.
Yeah. I mean, Honda's got good tools, and he plays the way that Cool Kid likes to play, so I can't blame him for that.
For sure.
There's like I said, there's a few of us. We're just spread out. We're not as tight knit as some of the groups are. Like we're like a family that sees each other once a year on Thanksgiving. Like that's the Abigail family.
At least you got connection, you know. And then there's Alex Nation. Alex Nation's very tight knit. Like,
oh my God. They're
Alex
crazy.
Players are sweet, you know. I hate Alex, but great camaraderie in the Alex player community.
Yeah, so. They're just like the Vega players. They're just like thick as thieves, man. Like one silver Alex player is like, hey guys, can I need help? And the next thing you know, like Prototype and Demon Dan are like, hey man, no problem. Like I'll take you under my wing and show you everything I got.
Right, it's sweet. I love that.
Yeah,
you know? People, it's great.
I
think it's probably just a low/mid-tier struggle.
Yeah.
Alex's secret top 8 though, and Vega is definitely in the very, very bottom. So I always look at it like parents, because you being a parent, parents are always like, oh, my kid's the best of blah blah blah. Like my parents, my mom especially, is always like, oh, my kids are the best at everything. Like, that's not true. And then in the FGC, it's reverse parental pride, where you're just like, oh, my character sucks. Like I just love them, so I don't drop them. Like, so if we could get them buffed, and if they only had this, if Capcom hadn't taken this away, like
that. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like, there's like Akuma players that like downplay Akuma, and like Bison players that downplay Bison. Like
no.
Y'all just accept your privilege and like at least be like high and mighty about it. Like You have that shit, flaunt it. Like, you, like, downplaying it isn't going to make me feel worse for you. Like, I mean, I think you're more of an asshole. I would appreciate it if y'all would be like, yeah, I have this and you don't. Fucking join the squad.
Exactly. Yep. But, you know, gosh. At the end of the day, people are going to show their cards as they wish, and I just got to make the jokes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's at the end of the day, it's all fun and games, right? We're all just playing fighting games together.
We are.
We're
all just here to press buttons, you know?
Right, yeah. We're all here to press buttons and have a good time, and that shit's the most important. But hey, look, we're 7.5 minutes into the show already.
Let's go, yeah.
Yeah, but let's do this. The most important thing that I have to ask right now, Sarah, tell the people, who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? Okay, well, Sarah, tag is LiteBrite. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and that's where I'm from. Let's see. Well, by day/night, I'm a bartender, and Street Fighter V is my first serious fighting game, and the first video game I played since I was probably a kid. And I main Vega, so woof. And I started playing in the spring of 2017, so like right in between season 2 and 2.5. So I definitely missed out on season 1 Vega, which is heartbreaking. But you know, I wouldn't want the taste of power and have it taken away from me now. You know, that'd be rough. So yeah, I had as a kid, I have 2 brothers, and they're younger than I am. We're all like 4.5 years apart. So the first console we got as kids was an N64. So I played Smash with my brothers when we were little, and I loved it. It was just fun. And we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were just, you know, fucking around, like trying to push each other off the stage, trying not to let them get back up. And then anytime we would go to like an arcade or a theater or somewhere that had an arcade, I'd see Tekken, I would see, you know, Killer Instinct, and just the only games I was ever drawn to were fighting games. And that was the only you know cabinets I poured any quarters into were only fighting games. And then when we finally got like an Xbox and PS2, I was already like older. You know, we were all 4.5 years apart. So by then, you know, I don't remember what year we got our Xbox. I think because we didn't get the Xbox brand new, we didn't get the PS2 brand new either. So like by the time my dad got them a console, and obviously it was for all of us to play on, I was already kind of like, you know, pubescent, like didn't have an interest in video games at that point, and I regret that. Like, I definitely wish that I had stuck it out, because like, I mean, Yakuza, the first Yakuza game came out in 2005 on PS2. So I was 17, and yeah, I would have really loved to have gotten into the series from the beginning. I think I would have made some better life decisions. I would have, for sure. But I, you know, ran with a bad crowd for my teens and early 20s, and was not in a good place. So I feel like I definitely would have, my life would have been different and probably a lot better had I not gone a wayward way then. But you know, I came back to it. I found it. I found video games, and I found the refuge that I think I've always been looking for, and it's been great. I mean, I can't imagine my life without the FGC and without all the games I play outside of it too. I mean, like that. This is the shit that makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know, I mean, so, all roads lead to home, right? Like they all bring you back to the FGC. Don't you worry. Once you touch your first fighting game, eventually you'll come back for more. That's just how it is.
You're absolutely right.
Just when you think you're out, they fucking pull you back in. That shit always happens.
Pull you back in. That's how I felt at Combo Breaker when I met you. Because last year, like 2018, so when I started playing 2017, Brian and I were like traveling a lot, and we were super into it. And I was streaming like 2-3 days a week, but it was on a PS4. It's not the same. It's not as fun. You don't get all the great customizable options and different things you can do like you can when you stream from a computer. So like we were into it, and then you know his mom passed in early 2018, so last year just sucked. It was just mostly us like, you know, getting through that and kind of just like trying to find our footing back in life, you know, and Street Fighter kind of got stale for a minute. So when we kind of got into the Yakuza games, and Brian's now playing Shenmue, we were still active, like talking to all our friends, like on Twitter and stuff. But like I didn't stream for a long time. I was kind of over it for a while, and then you know Brian didn't either, and then this year it was like, we were super into yacht because it was like, I mean, I haven't played Street Fighter forever. So we go to Combo Breaker because we had already booked a room. We had already, paid reg. We get there, and it felt like I had never left. Like getting back and seeing so many of my friends I hadn't seen in forever, like in months. And I was just like, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back. Glad to play. And, got around on you. So as far as I'm concerned, I won. And, and that was great, And then after that, we got home and I was like, yeah, well, I want to get back into playing. And then with and then Evo, and then getting XO probably 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I was just like, yeah, okay, my passion was back, but it's it's turned way up now, and I'm stoked. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was it like getting that email from XO to be like, hey, like we want you? I assume that has to be like getting a sponsorship letter, like, yo, like dude, that the excitement must be through the roof.
Yeah, I remember I was sitting here and I was just like, we just gotten back from grocery shopping, and I had a notification, and Persia DM me, and she was like, yo, can I give you a call? I was like, hell yeah. So I look at Brian, I go, I think I got the call up. Let's find out. I go upstairs and I talked to her on the phone for a while. I don't know, half hour, maybe an hour. And I was just like, yeah, holy shit, of course I accept. This is great. Like, thank you so much for choosing me. And at that point, the next day, because I'd still been struggling with a lot of my player one side inputs. And at this point, it was like kind of, I'll get to it. I'll lab it out. I'll figure it out. And you get offered something where, someone's like, yo, so we're going to pour all this time and these resources into you, and we're going to send you to a major that you weren't otherwise going to go to. You're kind of like, yeah, so I'm going to sit my ass down and I'm going to lab. So I put on, a playlist. I put headphones on. And I was like, okay, this is all about muscle memory. I'm just going to grind this out because these are things that I'm still dropping and struggling with. And, we get to a point where there's a part of me that's like, why bother even trying to do critical art from player one side, because I'm just scared I'm going to drop it. It took me 20 minutes to not only like figure out where my inputs were going wrong. Like I was missing a toward input, I think. And then like an hour later, I'm like, oh shit, I can get critical art out of this. Like, oh, okay, we in here. Like, and then at that point it was like, well, I have a really great goal to work towards now. So I just want to spend this time and effort because I actually have something to look forward to, instead of just, oh boy, I can't wait to sit here and play ranked again and figure out, how many wins and losses it's going to take for me to level up. Like, that's really discouraging. And at this point, this is right after Evo, so we didn't have any other travel plans, at least FGC-wise, for the rest of the year. And that's depressing, because you're like, okay, can't wait to see everybody again in May.
Yeah.
Which is 9 months away. Like, so this was a really, really welcome, really wonderful opportunity. And the best part was, like, taking the screenshot of it and sending it to my parents and my brothers in a group chat, because, like, I come from a family of boys. I have 2 brothers, and, like, like, my parents love all of us, but, we're Middle Eastern, so, like, the men always shine, and, like, they don't bother me about having kids anymore or anything, but, like, to them, it's just, oh, well, look what he's doing. So I was like, yeah, well, check this shit out, And they're all just like, okay, what the fuck's up? I'm like, yeah, that's right. Your sister out here doing work. And it feels good. And my parents, like, they don't really understand what's going on, but they're just like, oh, we're proud of you. Like, good job. And, like, my dad texted me 5 minutes before my Evo match, because he's just like, when do you play? I play at 2 Pacific, and he texted me 5 minutes before and goes, finish him. I'm like, oh, you're cute.
Aww.
Thanks, Dad.
Aww. Man, that's shit. When I tell my family anything, they're like, that's cool, what can you get me?
Right.
These motherfucking
one of my
leeches.
brothers is like, so can you monetize this? I'm like, not really worried about monetizing. Like, I do it for fun.
The first time that I was like, hey guys, like, I kind of do this podcast show, like, it's kind of fun, blah, 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 because my brother asked me, like, what I've been up to. And immediately this motherfucker goes, oh, I have a YouTube channel, can you share it around? Like, bitch, do you understand?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
no,
like,
you don't know.
Immediately. But, like, I feel for you.
You older
like,
or younger?
I'm the oldest, so all of them younger.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
Oh, see, because I feel for you being like the only girl and like a bunch of boys, because I have one sister and I have 6 brothers. So like my sister grew up in the same situation. So like I know where you're coming from, because she talks about this shit all the time.
Yeah, like as the girl, you're either the apple of their eye or you're just. I have a daughter and several wonderful strapping sons. Like, and I would never say my parents love any of us more than the other, or necessarily have favorites. But I guess as parents with multiple kids, you just kind of gravitate towards the ones that are most like you. And my youngest brother, he has like a couple of tattoos, a bunch of ear piercings. He's kind of alternative, but I was the first one in my family to like get tattooed or stretch my ears or whatever dumb shit I've done. Shave half my head, and my parents are just. They've given me shit about it for years, and I just look at them now and go, all right, like, I could go, like, this is boring. If you're going to sit here and make fun of me, I can leave. It's fine. They don't care. But.
You and I are 2 sides of the same coin, my dude, because...
I think so, yes.
I'm
not chugging Jim Beam honey, I'll tell you that.
Well, listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I was the first in my family to get tattoos. When I was 19, I had my nipples pierced. And immediately, my brothers were like, "What the fuck? Like, that's kind of weird." Yeah, why would you do that? And my family was like, "That's weird." And I remember my grandma Simmons, she was like, "Joey, please get no more tattoos. Like, none of that shit." Right. It's just like, well, I can't help it, Grandma. I'm getting more. And this one I had like 2 of them. And at this point, I'm up to like 14 or 15. And every time she sees them, I think her spirit dies a little bit more. And I know she loves me, but she fucking hates my tattoos.
The way I see it, I'm just like, if it makes you feel more comfortable in your skin or it means something to you, you like it, just do it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You don't have to answer to anyone. Like,
oh, listen, I am full bore. Like, your tattoos don't even need a fucking meaning. Because
they don't.
Because
exactly.
I got Mega Man on me on a whim because I was like, I like Mega Man and I need a new tattoo. So, like, now I have Mega Man.
Oh, yeah, you like Mega Man. That's the meaning right there.
Goddamn. Like, all right, so I guess while we're here, what is your... Everyone has fucking tattoos, has their favorite. What's your favorite tattoo that you have?
Oh, man. Well, I recently got my Majima Goro tattoo a month ago. I really love it.
Oh, that's right.
I got my thigh done back in February. Giant, like, it's a neat... I take a stab at kind of throwing a Japanese, like, art style to it. He's like, yeah, I love it. And it just makes me more confident in my skin. And it's hard to pick a favorite. I don't know. And I got my Vega on my wrist, but I in a way, I kind of just wish I had gotten a full, like, at least half sleeve of him because I just love him so much. And it's hard to pick a favorite. I love them all. They were expensive and they hurt. And
look, I get it.
I got Prison Mike from The Office also on my arm. Like, yeah. I really don't give a fuck.
That's probably my favorite one is the Prison Mike.
Yeah,
to be honest
it's so stupid. I love it. Like, when I'm at work and someone sees it and they pop, it always makes me happy. Like, can I take a picture of it? Like, of course you can. You asked my permission, and I grant you my permission. Take a picture of Prison Mike.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just ask permission. That's really all you
gotta do.
I
called out a motherfucker who actually tried to take a picture of me without my permission. He was like, "Oh, excuse me, that's not how that works." He's like, "Oh, I feel like an asshole." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, you think? Maybe you are."
You would feel less like an asshole if you asked permission. Like, even if you get turned down, like, even if you get turned down, like, that's way more comfortable than, like, getting caught trying to sneak a picture of somebody, because that shit's weird. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, he was just a, entitled white dude from the suburbs, so I was like, yeah, no. Go to Yelp and cry about it. I don't give a fuck. Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right, so earlier in the chat. Oh, hey, this is important. I say this every week, but this is a Twitch live show. So if anyone has any questions in the chat, please feel free to throw that shit out. We will answer all those things as they come in. I'll try to do my best. For anyone that's listening in the future on iTunes and stuff like that, sorry you weren't here. Catch us in the future. But Bodied Novel in the chat wanted to know what's on your playlist when you're in the lab. Like when you're fucking.
Oh, hey, Bodied. What's up, homie?
That motherfucker is the best. I love Eli.
I fucking love Bodied. That's the homie right there.
Yeah, he's the shit.
Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty predictable. I'm like, a diehard Yakuza fan, and the soundtracks fucking slap. And there's 7 games, thus 7 soundtracks with 2 sides. Lately in the chat, in the lab, I've been listening to some of the, in Yakuza 5, I don't want to give it away too much, but you'd see it in the attract screen if you pop on. Haruka is a teenager, and she's training to become an idol, so like a J-pop idol.
Okay.
And her songs fucking bang. Like, they are so good, and they're so like upbeat and fast. So I've been listening to loops of those because they kind of keep me like, amped, and at the same time, they stimulate me enough that like when I'm sitting there grinding out inputs and I would be otherwise bored out of my mind, I've at least got a banger on in the background. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got this. Like, I got this. You can get those soundtracks at really high quality on KHI. And I donate to them, and then like they just hook you up with like the downloads. So
okay,
it's cool.
Okay. I have a slight understanding of who Haruka is because I just started Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami.
Yes, we got you. You're in. Okay.
It was your fucking husband too, because I was talking about it, and he's like, dog, you gotta play Yakuza, and I was like, alright, fuck it. And like I had it on my PS4 because it was free like 8 months ago or something like that.
Yes, it was. That's how I got it. Yep.
And so I was like,
best free game of all time.
Yeah, so I started playing it. I'm like, all right, like I get it. Like I get the love for Majima. Like I get the love for Kiryu. Like, yeah. I understand now. I still have a ways to go, I'm sure, to finish it, but I understand the love.
I love like pretty much every single character, every protagonist you play in the series. They're just great. Like great characters. They have their little arcs. A lot of the villains, like you can kind of empathize with them. Some of them have redemption arcs, and you're kind of like, all right, like I get where you're coming from. You're a dick, but all right, you shouldn't have done this, but you're cool. And then there are some villains that are just straight up fucking terrible, and I seethe when I think about them, even months after I beat the game. Because I'm like, you piece of shit, like, you're so lucky I don't exist in that universe. Cool, but yeah, the Yakuza soundtracks are amazing, and I also listen to a lot of just like random game music. Like I have like a Tatsunoko versus Capcom playlist that fucks, and I love a lot of the Marvel versus Capcom themes.
Yeah, those are so
like
good.
Sometimes I'll just put those on, like
they're so good.
In the background, and they're hype.
I was bringing my daughter home from school today. And I threw on, this is True Love We're Making from Capcom vs.
I love that song. Fuck yeah, I love that song.
That song fucking slaps so hard. It's so fucking good. God damn. Yes. The best part about that song is that it doesn't sound like a fighting game song. Like, it works within that universe, but you can just throw that shit on, and it just sounds like a fucking, like a 70s disco beat, and it's so good. And it's so, oh my god, I love that fucking song.
Greg, Dr. Mag, has a t-shirt with that on it, and I think he was wearing it at EVO last year, or it was Combo Breaker, one of the Combo Breakers. And I fucking lost my shit when I saw that shirt.
Oh
like,
my god,
that is hype. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to ask him to see it next time I see him. Oh my god, that's incredible.
Send you a picture.
Oh yeah. So Foxu, our boy Foxu in the chat.
My child.
Yes, you're one of your many children, one of the many Vega children. You're so many.
He's asked me this so many times. It's so funny.
This asshole, look at that. He's just repeating questions. God damn it.
He likes to prod. Oh fuck, a character other than Vega. Yeah, shit, that's hard.
Are there characters other than Vega? Is that?
No, they really aren't. I could say any character that I've gone into the lab with for a couple of hours just to mess around with. I will say I enjoy Bison. I hate to admit it, but I do. I just don't really like Charge. It's not comfortable for me, so like I don't bother. I did pick up a tiny bit of Birdie from Brian, and I love Birdie. Like I would definitely ult him. I just haven't put enough time into learning another character.
Right.
I love Abigail. I played Abigail actually a little bit in the beginning when he first dropped. and right after AE because Hybrid Charge was so good that I just completely ungood with it.
It's the best move in the game.
Great.
It's my favorite fucking move.
I beat one of my friends who's a complete scrub at a local back in like February of 2018. Shortly after AE with just using Hybrid Charge, because I think this was before they cut down how many charges you get when it was just infinite. So I would just fuck him up. I'm like, yeah, that's good for waking up DP all the time. Like, throw me again. Let's see what happens.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh look,
Lucia looks fun too.
Lucia is mad fun. Holy shit! If I was gonna play a character that wasn't a grappler, I think she would be it. Like she's so like fucking annoying to play as. Because she just pesters people.
And she's so hot too. Like I just stared at her. I'm like, oh my god.
I've had so many people that are like loose, like they just like drop their like previous girls in the game. They're just like, yeah, Lucia. Yeah. Like, what about her? I don't know. She's hotter than the other one. What the fuck?
She is.
I don't.
But she is.
Listen.
You don't see it.
Look, I can't get behind it. I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know what it is. I'm picky, I guess.
Thick.
She's
cute.
She's a cop. I can't.
I get it. I mean, Chun's a cop too, but Chun is fine.
Yeah, I fucking hate Chun too. Listen, it's all my bad matchups. Every single female in the game is a bad matchup for Abigail, and that's because he's too pure to touch a woman.
Especially Vega.
Yeah, especially Vega. Vega is probably one of the worst matchups in the game. To be honest with you, Vega and Fong and Rashid are like my worst matchups.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
I think Fong's a bad matchup for everybody, but except for like Bison. I think Bison's the only one that handles him, but everyone else.
Yeah, because he respects Bison.
Right. But like everyone else, Fong just fucks up. Jesus Christ, that character. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn. That character is like.
Vega can go even with him, but
yeah.
It's I don't know. You gotta play it correctly. I mean, you gotta be like super patient.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian Siegel and I played a few times. And he was kind of going over it with me, so he gave me some good tech, and I like kind of figured out some places where I could interrupt him, but I never see him. Like I never really see Fong. So like when I do, I'm kind of like reaching into the recesses of my brain, like okay, what do I remember from like Rotten Sequel, and what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
And but I enjoy it because it's not a matchup I get to approach often, so that's always fun.
Yeah, definitely. That's there's a guy in one of the Discords that I'm in, Geechib. Shout out to the Geechib. That dude's the fucking best. But he plays Fong and Urian and Ed. So like, if I ever need weird matchups, he's the guy that I go to. Oh, and I think he has a fault
That's
too.
Rad. Yeah.
Like he just is like, it was a character low tier. Like I'm playing the fuck out of him. He's just all about it.
I just think his execution's high. I think he's like a pretty solid character.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
like,
definitely.
Because most people might say like, oh, you know, well, I've heard people argue that sometimes not having wake up options is what keeps you from being a top tier character, but I don't think that's true because Bison doesn't have invincible reversal.
Right.
I think maybe critical art might be his only option, so he's got to spend everything in the bank.
I think EX Devil's Reverse has some weird like invincible like frames, but like it's not fully invincible. Like you can beat the fuck out of it.
Still better, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. There are just some characters that don't need it. They're just good. Like I think even if you took away Karen's like EXDP, she'd still be good. Like
she would because her limbs are incredible.
Yeah, that fucking sweep will drive you crazy. That sweep is worse than like any slide sweep in the game. I can't fucking stand it.
I swear. And I mean, is it maybe because there's no like real forward moving momentum, so she's still kind of at bay, keep her spacing. I don't know, but anytime I get a Karen online, it's, you know, we're at 99 seconds, and then at 98 seconds, somehow I'm in the corner and I'm about to be stunned. I'm like, oh, that escalated quickly. I did not expect that, but it is Karen, so, you know.
It is.
It's a neutral monster, a stun monster.
Oh my god. But you know what? I'll say there are worse characters in the game, like that, like Abigail has to deal with. So whatever. But I can understand when people are like, "Man, Karen's a pain in the ass." Like,
yeah, she is.
But whatever.
I would love to play her. I just, you know, I mean, she has like at least one Rekka. I think just the one. Mm-hmm. And it might technically not be like a true Rekka.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I don't know.
There's,
I've messed with her before. She's kind of fun, but like, I don't know.
there's just something aesthetically like about her that like I don't jive with. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something
She's
about.
not Abby. She's not Vega. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
There's just some about your main. You just and I admire people that are just kind of like, okay, I play this character for this many seasons or this many years, but I really like this one, and I'm going to pour everything I got into them, and I'm going to make them my main. And like, I respect and admire that so much. I just don't. I don't have the passion for anybody but Vega. Like he's the reason I started playing the game in the first place.
Right.
I was not really super interested. It was kind of like I would go to a local with Brian and just like be like, yeah, I got you. Like, I'll record your matches, whatever. I'll cheer for you, blah blah blah. But it was hype, so I was kind of like, man, this is fun. I wish I played. He's like, so just do it. Like, no, I suck. No, I don't want to. And I remember how I could never beat anyone 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I could not even get rounds because I didn't know what I was doing. And then, now the wealth of information I have and all the stuff I am working on to tweak my gameplay, it's like incredible.
Yeah,
so there was a time where I couldn't beat anybody. Nobody.
There's a wall you have to break through, and after you get through that
a
wall,
lot of them, yeah.
And like once you like get to actually start to learn and get some shit down, like all of a sudden the barrier of entry becomes very very easy to access, and like you feel fucking good about yourself.
You do, yeah. And even like if I go to my local and I go into because I have to see a couple people in bracket that are stronger than I am, or maybe that I just couldn't beat them. Like there are people I go even with because like it's not that I'm better than they are or they're better than I am. It's just they outplayed me, or I have a hard time still taming like wild players. It's hard because I'm so focused on what I want to do that I forget to think, you know what, he's got meter, he's gonna DP. Like, right. So why don't you just bait it and wait? In the heat of the moment during a match, I find it hard to remember to do that sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing is the mental game. That once you get down, like once you become comfortable enough to understand like what you're going to do at all times, that's when you can really focus on like what are they trying to do. Like I have to work around that. And, like work with what they're giving me, and like once you get to that point, I think that's where the truly elite players start to shine. When they accept like I know everything about my character, or like 90% of everything my character can do. Now I have to use that. Like not even look at don't even look at your fucking character on screen. Like focus purely on who your opponent is playing and what they're doing, and like you can never look at your character at all. You can like adjust to what they're doing. I think that is like what separates people. I think that's some really high level shit.
Absolutely. Because you have to have presence of mind when you play, and I think that can be difficult.
Yeah, I think that's the part beyond like B&Bs and punishes and like frame data and everything else. I think that's the hardest thing that you can do is learning how to adapt to someone and how to control like their wild tendencies.
Yeah, how to tame them.
Yeah. Because I've definitely like. There are players that I'm not great by any means, but like there are players that are under my skill level that like will take a round or a game off of me. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then I'm like, I'm over here like they're lower like skill level than me. Like I'll just do this, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Like even against them because they'll fuck me up. Like
or they won't fall for it because they don't know what you're doing.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, there is no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no fucking. Taming? That's not the fucking word. The fucking help. Pavlov's. There's no training with these people. Yeah, conditioning. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, there's no head and shoulders. There's no conditioning. These motherfuckers. They don't.
No, there isn't.
They don't give a shit what you're gonna do. It is. But you know what? Sometimes those are the most fun matches. Like you get it with somebody that's like doesn't play the way you're supposed to. Fucking heavy quotation marks. Or like they don't do things normally, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's like trying to catch a greased pig. You're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but like I gotta make this happen somehow, and that shit's.
They're like Frank Reynolds, lubed up in the pool because they already ate the watermelon. And you gotta catch him. Like that's.
Oh man, we were just talking about Always Sunny the other day. I gotta go back and watch more of that show.
Sunny.
Too
funny.
My wife and I are big fans of Always Sunny. We fucking we get down on that
we
show.
Love it. Hell yeah.
I don't know how you could not like that show. It's fucking 2019 Seinfeld is the best.
It is. It is. The difference is that, they all work in a bar and they're all, well, no, I guess that's really it. I mean, Philly versus New York City, and I was gonna say the characters are pretty narcissistic, but like the Seinfeld characters are pretty narcissistic.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say, that was the premise of fucking Jerry and George. Like, those dudes are way up their own asses, but like that's what makes them lovable. Like,
so great. I know they're relatable. That's the point.
Yeah. I do. Never mind. You know what? I'm not gonna shit on Philadelphia right now. That's rude of me to do.
Let's leave Philly alone.
Yeah, I'll leave Philly alone. One parting message for Philly: stop getting so fucking wild that you have to grease up your telephone poles after a football game so no one climbs them. All right?
Oh God, yeah.
Let's just can y'all not like for 5 minutes like not act like that? Thank you, much appreciated. The rest of America.
Yeah, I mean in Columbus, that's how these morons are about college football at OSU. I could not care less. There are so many things in life I don't care about, and the OSU Buckeyes are the one thing that like it permeates the whole city, and I'm always exposed to it, and I fucking hate it. I don't care, and the fans are so horribly obnoxious, and like most of my family went to OSU, so like they love it. I'm like, good for you, great, you love it, that's awesome. Like I don't fucking care.
Right.
So if I'm like somewhere and I meet someone, where are you from? Like, oh, Ohio. Oh, where? Like Columbus. Oh, OH. And I just look at him like I don't get it. No, like OHIO. I'm like, no, I don't get it. Like I don't do that. Just because I'm from the 614 does not mean I'm gonna chant this bullshit with you, man. Like I don't care about football. I don't care.
You know what?
It doesn't matter to me.
You completely fair. I listen.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to alienate.
I care about a lot of shit a lot of people don't care about. So like, I am not perfect. I just aggressively don't like football.
No, you're totally fine. I understand. A lot of people don't. Totally cool. I love football because I'm an idiot. I grew up with football. That being said,
you are an idiot though.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That being said, I fucking hate Ohio State, and that whole school can kiss the brownest part of my ass. Y'all robbed us of a championship in '02. Fucking the U represent Miami. Suck my nuts, Columbus. Anyways, but listen.
Oh yeah, you live in Michigan. That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't handle it.
Well, I always defend Michigan because I love it. I have friends in Ypsi. I love Ypsilanti. Great fucking town. The guy who did my Vega tattoo lives in Ypsilanti. He also did my They Live tattoo on my other wrist.
Was that happened to be Depot
John
Town?
Larson.
John Larson? No fucking shit.
You know John Larson?
He is a friend of a friend. My friend Whitney Lochner, who is now married. She has done every single one of my tattoos. And she knows John and everyone else at Depot Town Tattoo.
Okay.
In a couple of
I love Depot Town.
Yeah, fucking.
I go up there and I feel like I'm at home. Like,
yes.
Everyone up there is fucking awesome. They're really great people. I heavily fuck with all of them. And
yes, fucking Midwest represent. We all got fucking ties that bind, baby.
We do.
That shit's the best.
Harsh winters, harsh summers, and nice 5 minutes of spring, 5 minutes of fall. But at least we get the foliage.
Look,
and I'm very excited about that.
Yes. Oh my God. Me and my wife are big suckers for like the color tours and shit like that. Like as soon as as soon as the fucking leaves start to change, we're like, oh my God, look how pretty it is out there. Like everything, like any like mean part of my body leaves for like a split second. I'm like, oh my God, the leaves are so beautiful right now. I can't believe it.
It makes me really emotional, and I think it's probably because like growing up, we used to do a lot of Halloween stuff as kids, and my dad and I did like Indian Princesses, which is like the father-daughter like camping, and then he did Indian Guides with my brothers, which is father-son. That shit was so much fun. And just, I think always and forever, deep down in my heart and in my, in the back of my head, just like fall always represents, Halloween's my favorite holiday, and I love everything about fall. And it's just full of great memories growing up. So like every year when it's like, as soon as the clock strikes September, I'm like, all right, let's go. Pumpkins and fucking everything. And you go to the store and they got the Halloween aisle and all the decorations, and Brad and I buy Halloween decorations every year, and we just leave them up, and we still have them. Like, I got orange and black caution tape last year for his birthday. It was a surprise party for him, and I taped it up all around the doors in our apartment, and they're still up. Like,
oh yeah,
they look good. It's funny.
We get super excited for Halloween. We haven't been able to decorate much and shit like that because like we had the newborn baby and stuff, and so like we were taking her trick or treating, and we used to live at the end of this fucking dead end road, and we lived in a house that would scare off even the meanest person on the planet.
That rules.
So like we were just no one is gonna come down here. Like all of our neighbors are meth heads, so like no one's gonna come down here. Fuck it, we're not gonna decorate. But now that we moved into the new house and it's in like a nice-ish neighborhood, we're like little Susie Homebuyer. We're like, we're gonna decorate the yard. We're gonna have candy to hand out. We're so excited. Like I mean,
that's great though because like
I love Halloween.
Part of that part of the spirit instead of living in like a rough neighborhood for sure.
I think that shit is like super fun. I love Halloween. It is.
Me too.
It's excellent. There's something about like the fucking weather that like it's slightly crisp. And, like, the wind blows, and it's kind of chilly, but the sun's out, and, like, I don't know.
It smells good.
Yeah, it fucking smells good. Like, everyone seems to be in, like, okay spirits. Like, I don't know. There's something about the fall, man. I think the fall is probably my favorite, like, weather. It's just...
Best. I just want to wear a nice little jacket.
Yes.
You know? Not be burning up.
It's my favorite weather, which is hoodie plus gym shorts weather. Like, that's my outfit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fucking combo. Because I can't do that in the wintertime too much outside of the house. And I can't do it in summertime because I fucking bake in my hoodies. But, like, when fall comes around, I got a big, thick hoodie on. And, like, gym shorts or, like, khaki shorts. I'm all about it.
It's the drippiest season, man. Because you can wear layers. You can wear... Yeah. You get more variety in what you can wear for the weather and the temperature. Whereas, like, with summer, it's all about, okay, how can I get away with not being clammy and sweaty, but also, still have to dress appropriately. Like,
here's where I'm a dumb old man. Where you said it's the drippiest weather, and I had to, like, fucking pause and, like, oh, yeah, like, all right, like, I understand what that is, but, like, it is.
What, drippy?
Yeah, but, like, I know, but, like, it fucking didn't register in my brain for a second, and I was just like, yeah, all right, but, like, now I, like, my fucking brain caught up to myself.
Hey, aren't I older than you, though?
I'm 29, my dude.
Yep, I'm 31.
Ah, shit. I thought you were younger than me.
You're a young miser.
I am a young, I am a young miser. Fucking hear you me. My wife is 33, and she's always like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm all about it. I love her very much. She's the best. But she's always like, you're just such a young guy. I'm like, I'm only 4 years younger than you. But then, like, I meet other people in the FGC, and when I tell them they're 29, they're like, oh, I thought you were, like, 24, 25. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel good, but, like, goddamn, I guess I am just a little kid. Oh,
I was just go, I was born in 88, so biologically that would make me 31.
Fair enough. I was born in 90,
sweet.
Which is good because I'm an idiot, so I can keep track of my age by whatever year it is. So, like, oh, it's 2019, I'm 29. Like, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, it's 98, I'm 8 years old. Like, that's how I kept track of that shit.
That's so cute. Yeah, it's harder when you gotta add two. I agree.
I know. Well, I play Abigail. I can't add things. Don't.
You can.
Look, I'm going to tell y'all. I mean, he owns a business, all right? He can add things, but, like, I can't.
Wonderful. I love that, man.
I can't add things.
Oh, and let's talk about this.
Okay.
That you and I were both nominated for North American finals.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah.
I loved it. I loved seeing someone say, let's send Sriracha Flash so he can vroom.
Oh, my God. Listen.
The SUV.
I hopped into that thread to nominate myself, right? Because the previous two, no one had nominated me. No big deal. I don't give a shit. I'm a small fish in a big pond, right? So I hopped into the thread and I nominated myself and, like, I threw up all my social stuff. And then Bodied Novel was like, "Hey, dumbass, I already nominated you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then, like, I went to go find his, like, nomination so I could, like, upvote it because I appreciate that, you know? And then I saw, like, two more people had done it, and I was like, oh, fucking shit. And then I saw your name pop up, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, Sarah's up in here. We got No Good up in here. Like, man, like, people showed up to nominate us. I'm like, that felt really good.
It's beautiful. I thought it was a joke at first when I got nominated. Like, Brian saw it, and I was like, is this like She's All That? And, like, there's a bet going. Like, I didn't believe it. And then I saw that it was a friend of mine who plays Vega. He lives in India, actually. And I like DM'd him and I was like, I can't tell you how honored I am. Like, I'm in tears. I like can't believe you just throw my name in the ring like that. Like, that really means so much to me. Like, thank you. And he's just like, I mean, you're a good person and you work hard at the game and you still play Vega. Like, yeah, I would love to see you get more exposure and go to more events. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Hell yeah.
Can't breathe.
That's just the best. Like, I'm gonna speak on behalf of Sarah for a second, but for everyone that nominated us and like, wished us well, like, thank you fucking so much. That shit means a lot. I never thought I'd be in a position where people actually want to see me compete and do well. So thank y'all. And same with Sarah. I'm sure Sarah's in the same fucking boat. Like, we're both just happy for y'all. So let's break it down. So the our Street Fighter sponsorship goes like this. A bunch of us were nominated. I think there were something around 20 people overall were nominated. And so at this point, Joe Monday, the head moderator of our Street Fighter, is currently collecting confirmations for everyone that they do want to be nominated. After a certain point, here in a couple days, voting will open up. At that point, you can go to our Street Fighter. There will be links all over Twitter. If y'all follow me or Sarah at LiteBritejpg on Twitter, I'm sure you'll see us retweet and sharing links everywhere and trying to campaign for people to vote for us. All you got to do, click through. I don't even think you have to enter your email. You might have to. Don't be a baby about it. Just enter your email. No one's gonna track you.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Make sure you're not a bot.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like we just need to make sure that no one's
popular vote with the bots. Let's see.
We're trying to make sure no one's spoofing the vote.
Yes.
And then like show up, like vote for whoever you want. Vote for Sarah. Listen, the most important thing, I think this will be great. If you get in, LiteBrite, this will be the third or fourth Vega player that has been sponsored by our Street Fighter.
It's true.
It's like M Lizard and Jester Power and you, and I'm sure there was another one that I'm missing somewhere. But like the 3 or 4 Vega main sponsored by our Street Fighter is great. That's how fucking thick and powerful y'all are as a family. Is that somehow?
We thick, all right. 3 C's.
Every time a voting shows up for a Vega player, y'all motherfuckers show out. It is the best.
If you or Joe get it, or both, if you get it, like I would be so thrilled just to have 2 of like my really good friends like out there having more opportunity to compete. Like,
well, thank you. Well,
it was rad. It's rad when there's multiple people that I fucking love that are thrown into a pool for nominations. Like,
the important thing is that Joe is opening it up. He says in the description 2 to 4 people. So after all the votes are collected. When we see who's the top 4, but most importantly the top 2, and then like top 4 is a possibility. At that point, fundraising begins. Where like everyone who is part of it will get a T-shirt to go, or like they get the specialized T-shirts. Quasimodo X has done designs in the past that are fucking awesome for Born Free. And for Jester Power, for
God, I love the Jester shirt.
Yes, it's so good.
It's so sick.
He did the very cool dog shirt. There's a whole bunch of designs that they've done, and they raise money through Matcherino for the sponsorship. So like you'll see us doing donation drives and all kinds of fun shit if we get to that point. And if we raise enough money, then yes, we can send up to 4 people. But the important thing is that y'all show up and vote, and then past that point, if you voted, donate $1. Like, don't. Like, obviously, it's super cool to, like, get everyone voted to that point and get the sponsorship. But, like, we had so many people vote for Maureen and Just Power and everything like that. But, like, they had 2,600 votes and didn't raise $2,600. Like, if all the same people that voted just threw in $1, fucking would have covered it easy.
And $1 is a, menial amount. And if you just have it linked to like Venmo, PayPal, whatever, real quick buck, no big deal.
Yeah. And look, even if you don't want to donate $1, you can go through Matcherino, and they have like sponsorship goals where you literally just enter in a fucking coupon. That'll be like North Regional Sriracha Flash. Hit enter, 50 cents, boom, pops into the pot. And that's all you got to do. Like, you have to give zero money, $0. You just show up, type in some shit, boom.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Fucking North Regional LiteBritejpg, boom, 50 cents goes in the pot. Like, that's all you got to do. So that is my pitch in my thing for the regional finals. Fucking vote for Sarah, vote for me.
Yes.
Whoever gets in, y'all know we're gonna have each other's support. And as much as I hate going against friends like this shit is the best. Like, we're honored to be up here, and fucking best of luck to you, LiteBrite.
You too, man. For real.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It's beautiful being a nomination for with you, sir.
Well, thank you. You know, the fucking last time they did this, like, Event Hubs wrote an article about it, and then, like, linked to everyone that was, like, nominated, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. The unfortunate part about doing that is that all of a sudden you're exposed to a whole new world of people who don't know who the fuck you are, that, like, go to Event Hubs, and they hate Street Fighter. So now, like, your highlight video or whatever you posted is getting bombarded by assholes that are like, hey, you fucking idiot, like, you play Abigail, what a scrub, blah, 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 like,
I'm sorry, who do you play? Oh, do you even play? Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know why you're... Yeah, that shit, like... I used to be, like, super, super sensitive and just... Because I don't come at anybody sideways, ever. I just was raised to not be disrespectful to someone unless they give me a reason to.
Right.
So, like, I accept people, like, at face value, just like, hey, if you're cool, I fuck with you. And, you know, if I don't like you, then you did something wrong, because I'm a very honest, straightforward person and I have people's backs. And then, you know, like, internet culture and people being able to just say shitty, inflammatory things, and, you know, there's anonymity because it's on a screen. Like, it's taken me a long, long time to unpack that and just be like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. If you see me, say it to my face. Oh, you won't? Okay, that's cool. Because, like, I'm not going to type a shitty comment to someone or leave shitty, you know, comments on anything. But if I met that person in person and I saw them acting brand new, I have no problem flat out in person, verbally, in real time calling someone out. And I think that's all that matters. Like, you could say anything you want over the internet. You could be... you know, fucking, you know, ball breaker and an asshole online, but can you bring that energy in person? Because that's limp if you can't. You know, be the same person you are online. Do it. I dare you. You know, my only difference is if you make me mad in person, you're going to hear about it. But if it's online, I just mute you. Like, I don't argue with people.
Right.
Waste of time. Time.
Man, fuck. I hate that I've, like, I don't want to say this out loud because I'm going to sound like a fucking asshole. But I hate that I've, like, semi-grown in popularity. Because before Combo Breaker, I had made a joke where I was like, oh, Bonchan's in my pool. Like, sucks that he's going to have to, like, make it through losers to get out of pools. And, like, whatever. Like, some people liked it. Well, not like, funny jokes. Then after Combo Breaker, when, like, for whatever reason, people started following me, someone found that tweet and were like, oh, this fucking guy talking down Bonchan, blah, 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 blah. And then it got, it got posted to forums and shit like that. Someone's like, oh, this fucking scrub went, like, 1 and 2 at Combo Breaker, and he was an idiot. Like, y'all, it's a fucking joke. Like, sorry I didn't get down and start kissing Bonchan's feet, but, like, it's a fucking...
I would do that because Bonchan is daddy. Holy shit, that's a good-looking man.
That motherfucker has got it going on. Like, I
love that guy.
He's a
I tweeted about it too when we got our pools, and I was just like, I hope I get him as my first match. Like,
yeah, oh, man,
I did. He was on the other side of our pool, but
yeah, I was so distraught when I fucking opened up my pools and I saw I had Arlieth first match, and I was like, all right, like I might be able to make it through that one. Like, I don't think so because he's really fucking good, but like I'll try really hard. And then I was like. Then after him, I have Bonchan if I beat him. And I was like, God damn it. And then I was like looking at the bracket, and I was like, okay, well, what happens if I lose to Arlie the first round? And then I'm like looking around, and I was going to play someone else, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Like, try to look them up. They didn't have, like, I couldn't find their CFN. And then I was like, well, what happens if you lose? And then I was like, who is LiteBrite? And I looked up you, and I was like, fuck, another Vega player. So, like, if I lose to Arlieth, like, that's one Vega, and then I go into losers and I have to play another fucking Vega. Like, I wasn't mentally ready for it. Even like leading.
Though.
Thank you. I was happy to be there.
I didn't want to fight Arlieth because he and I have been friends for a while, ever since I came into the FGC, and he's coached me a lot over these 2 years, and I'm like, I don't want to fight him in a tournament, in a mirror match. I really don't want to do it. And I was like, oh, give me the Abigail, please. I had heard your name. I didn't know who you were, but I had heard your name. It just in passing. I was like, Sriracha Flash, it sounds familiar. And Brian's like, oh, well, he plays Abby, so cool. Good luck, though, because yikes. And I was like, I'll just have fun with it. Like, I'm weird. If I know that my opponent is stronger and more experienced than I am, it takes a lot of the pressure off of me, because then I could sit down and I know that it's going to be a good conversation. We're gonna, we're gonna play each other for real. They're gonna be mind games. There's gonna be some conditioning. You're like, we're gonna actually play each other with like we'll probably play footsies, or at least like even time each other out. We're gonna actually play a match. It's not gonna be some fucking moron who only throws, DPs on wake up, and just jumps all the fucking time. Who, like, I would rather play a really good player than play a moron that I could probably beat by the skin of my teeth if I can stay calm. Like,
right.
I hate that.
Yeah, and like, I feel like I'm the same way too, where I'm like, I know I'm going against someone that is like an expert level player, and I'm just like, the pressure's off me, because if I win,
they're the ones who are going to eke out that win, so I'm going to make them earn it,
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if I win, like, fucking great for me, but if they lose, they gotta fucking answer why some random ass Abigail player beat them in bracket. Hence
That's fun.
Hence
That's
the thing.
fun.
He said the thing. He said some random. Woo.
There was. That's meta.
Yeah, exactly. Look, we bring this baby full circle.
Hell yeah, we are.
I did that the other day, like in a conversation with my wife, and I was like, he said the thing, and I swear to God, she almost punched me in the mouth. She loves me so much. She
rolled her eyes so hard you could hear it.
Oh
you
yeah,
could feel it.
She loves me a lot, but sometimes she doesn't tolerate my shit, and I completely understand. Like, I know there are times, like, her breaking point is like, one more fucking joke out of this asshole.
Brian has to get like that with me too, because I'm always clowning. So like, like there will be times where he's just like, I swear, stop. I'm like, I can't stop. The train's already going. Like, it's rolling. There's no brakes. I can't stop laughing. We're already there. You're gonna have to let me simmer down on my own.
That happened the other day. I don't remember what happened. Next thing I knew, I was like, I'm gonna fucking tickle her foot. And then the next thing I know, we ended up in a full-on wrestling match. And I was like, I can't stop now. Like, I've already gone too far down this rabbit hole. And then I think she almost really punched me, and I was like, hey, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm having a good time right now. I think I'm all right with this.
No, it's all about trying to annoy the other person. Like, that's fun.
Yeah. Well, you and Brian have been fucking excellent. Y'all are like, we
love you. Come on.
Thank you. Well, listen, more than just me, you two together are fucking wonderful. Fucking, I don't know. I don't have enough kind words to say about you two. Y'all are great.
You're so sweet. I can't wait till you come to Raj. We're gonna rip it up.
I'm very excited. Fun. I want to bring my wife down. I want my wife to come down with me.
I hope you do. I'd love to meet her.
She's excellent. She plays a lot of like NRS games, like Mortal Kombat and Injustice and shit like that.
Cool.
So like, that's our shit. Like, we really bonded over Mortal Kombat 9. Like, that was our fucking jam.
Brian actually. So I lied. I did play a little bit of Mortal Kombat 9 back in like 2015, so 4 years ago. Didn't compete or anything. He wanted to get me playing something, and I loved Mortal Kombat as a kid. If I saw it anywhere, I wanted to play it. I was like afraid of it, but I still liked playing it because it was violent.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
And then, so I played it like pretty casually, just at home. I would just play like ladder matches or whatever, and he told me to play online, so I played an online match against someone, and I think I won one, and we played again, and then the guy DM'd me and was like, "So, are you a girl or a guy?" Oh, because I was playing Melina, and I have no idea why he would just. I don't know. Someone could play any character. I don't assume they're a guy or girl or whatever. I don't care. And I was just like, "How about both?" And then he never said anything. So
that's the weird shit that happens though, is like you play a female character, because I've gotten those messages too. Like, I've got those fucking like when I play Street Fighter 4 and like I like hop on with a Bukia or something like that, like I would get messages like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, what's fucking happening right now?
Why do you That's funny.
I will find pictures on the internet of naked women and send them to you if you want to send me money. Like,
I do. Yeah. I'll catfish you. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't give a shit. So look, that brings me into what I wanted to talk about. Like, fucking perfect transition. It made even weird and janky because I'm calling it out now. So as a woman in the FGC trademark.
Yes.
how often do you get that shit? Because like I know I've seen Brian talk about it. Like dudes will just randomly DM you. I know I've seen Joe like talk about like dudes will just randomly DM Amber and or Space Cake and like what the fuck? Like how often does that shit happen to you? And like what's it like to be a woman in the FGC? Like how do you deal with that?
Well, I haven't gotten like I don't know. I haven't been like super harassed, not like sexually at least. There was a guy we met back in 2018 at a major. He seemed cool, you know. So and he was friends with a bunch of our friends. So we connected on like social media and whatnot. And he was like DMing me all the time, but we were just bullshitting, you know. And I would be like asking him shit about like a matchup or whatever. I don't want to get into details about who it was, but you know, and he was just like he would kind of give me some stuff here and there, and then after like a while, I don't know, sometimes I just wouldn't reply because like I forgot, and he would like message me on another platform, just be like, so anyway, and I'm like, like, I don't know, I think I wanted to ignore the fact that he was trying to holler, but like, he wasn't obvious about it, so I kind of used that to my advantage and pretended to be oblivious, and then one day he just kind of laid all his cards out, and I was like, yeah, so I'm married, and you've met my man, like he was with me.
Oh my
and
God.
Then he's like, I was like, so yeah, I don't want to talk about anything like that with you, and if that's not something you can do, if you can't, you know, keep your fucking mouth shut, then we don't need to talk anymore. And then he's like, oh cool, I'm so sorry, like I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful. It's like, okay. Then like a couple days later, he's trying to ask me if I wanted, you know, dick pics, and I was like, nope, I absolutely don't. And I was like, by the way, I'm gonna show this to my man. So I just turned to Brian with my phone and was like, do you see this tomfoolery I got here? Like, so he DM'd him and was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, are you really trying to send pictures of your dick to my wife who clearly isn't interested? Like, and he like immediately just, you know, exploded. It was like, I'm so sorry, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna deactivate all my social media. I'm so sorry. We were like, okay, like
these motherfuckers.
I made it clear. I don't cheat, and it's not an open relationship. So
yeah, what the fuck? Like, not only you, so he's met your husband, he knows you guys. You said no, I don't want you that way, and this motherfucker's still like, but this dick though, like.
I'm like, no, thank you, no, not interested. Happily married, no, thank you. Like.
Oh my God.
If Brian and I were to ever entertain anything open or, you know, to swing or whatever, that would be a different story. But I had made it very clear to this dude that I was like, no, I'm not trying to talk to you on that level. Not interested. But other than that, I think like, I don't know, the only like issues I've really ever had is just, you know, it's like sexism. So it's not like sexual harassment. It's just HD Executioner, that name fucking kills me, by the way.
Yeah, that's Hunter.
That's great. Who is that?
Yeah, that's Hunter. Hunter's a good dude.
Oh, hi Hunter. We also owe him an answer to a question from earlier. But yeah, no. What sucks is just kind of like the whole girls don't play games, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, but like a lot of women do. Like it's not a big deal, and I don't get it because a lot of guys are just, oh, I wish I had a girlfriend who supported me playing games, or I wish I had a girlfriend who had similar interests to me. Like, cool. But then they see women that are around that stream or like travel or do play, and I think they just get mad because they can't holler, or maybe the woman is married or has a boyfriend or has a partner, and I don't understand it. I don't. And like, the weird thing is, like, my youngest brother, whom I love very much, he's 22, so he is a very, very baby. He told me like several months ago he was going off about what's her name, Delphine. Is it Belle Delphine, the streamer?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was like big mad that she had that hustle going with the bathwater, and he asked me about it while my whole family was out, and I was just like, I mean, I know of her. I respect what she's doing. That's cool. And if people want to pay for that, like, that's cool. What the fuck do you have a problem with? And we just fucking hate that there are women that play games and make money off of it. And I was like, okay, that's a perspective, I guess. Cool, you know. And And he's just like, oh, I'll see a girl streaming, and I'll like go in her chat, and I'll like ask her what the last game she pre-ordered is, and I was like, why? Why are you gatekeeping? You don't even know her. Like, leave her alone.
That's like, listen, no disrespect to your brother, but that's some weird shit.
Like, no, I just think that people should enjoy what they enjoy, and there's absolutely no need to be a fucking asshole. Like,
yeah, like I don't understand that. Like, for her to like, all right, so here's my thing.
The executioner knows what's up.
Yeah. So her content, not for me. I like that just does nothing for me, right? If like her selling bathwater, I think it's silly. I think it's dumb. Not for me. But I'm not gonna fucking knock her for selling it. Like if she can sell that shit and make money, go to fucking town. Cause like
let live, man. What does it matter?
Yeah. Like you can go on Craigslist right now and you can find women that are selling all kinds of things that they've previously worn, and like ain't nobody knocking these women. But because she happens to be a streamer, like, it fucking puts a target on her back. But, like, I don't know, man. That shit's weird. Like, let people make their fucking hustle. Because, Lord knows, if you could fucking do it, you would be doing it.
Exactly. And he, so when I got XO, I couldn't wait to fucking shove this in his face. Because back in July, my brother goes, you know what? I don't know why you're not, like, you know, sponsored. And I was like, well, a lot of people want to be sponsored. I'm still very inexperienced and new to it, and I'm just enjoying my life as it is. Like, it's fun. My goal every day is not to, like, land some huge sponsorship right now. I just taking it as it comes, and I'm having a good time. Like, I travel and I see my friends. Who gives a shit? And he's like, yeah, but, like, if you worked harder, you could get sponsored. You know, like, you should try. And I was like, okay, dude, you don't know anything about fighting games on a competitive level, period. And he tried to tell me I could come over to your house and train for 24 hours straight and I could beat you in Street Fighter. And I was like, so in my mind, I'm like, there's no way you could, because you don't know how to play Street Fighter, because there's no block button, so good luck. And two, I was like, okay, and if you did, what would you get out of it?
Right.
And he's just like, well, the point is, if you worked harder, you'd be more successful. I was like, yeah, perhaps the same could be said of all religions. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. And then when Perch was like, yo, I want you in the ECT wave, I was like, yeah, you got it, Toots. And I couldn't wait for the announcement. Took the screenshot, group sent it to my family, and was like, so, you know, we out here. Like, so he hasn't said anything shitty at all, you know, and I don't know what his deal is. He has that weird, like, kind of, I mean, he has a girlfriend. He's, you know, she's cool as hell. Like, so he's not a literal incel, but he has some of those mentalities to it. Like, he gatekeeps.
Just a sprinkling of incel. Just
he gets mad all the time because he goes, I think Dark Souls should be, you know, esport. And I was like, cool. So I'm not the one to talk to about that because I've never played Dark Souls and I have no interest in playing it. Like, you know, I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm really good at it. Great.
Fucking. So here's what you do.
Play it and enjoy it. I don't know what to tell you. Stream it. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, fucking. Look, if you are that good at it, fucking stream it. Like, put your shit out there.
He doesn't want to put it. He doesn't want to put his money where his mouth is. That's the thing.
Well.
So I kind of look at my little brother and I go, all right, like, I love you. I used to change your diapers. Like, I used to because I'm 9 years older than he is. So when when my parents had him, you know, kind of late in life, I, you know, took care of this kid. Right. He's my little baby brother, and he can be a fucking asshole, but, like, I love the kid, and I just kind of always look at him like, yeah, you might be a man now, but you're still that little kid that I used to take care of, and I don't really give a fuck what your opinion is, like, at all.
Yeah.
You can fucking, like, you know, you can have your opinions to yourself, doesn't matter. Like, I'm not trying to impress you.
Right.
Because I have a fucking amazing family of friends that I've met in the FGC who I support and who support me, and that's, like, all I care about is I just like having fun with it. And, you know, and he and my other brother, they're just like, they're on that whole, like, Fortnite thing where it's like, oh, you should be getting paid. I'm like, I have a job that's half a mile up the street where I just make drinks and entertain people. And I used to work in an office and I used to do graphic design, and I work a lot less hard and I make a lot less hours and I make a lot more money. So, like, I am very happy with the balance I've struck.
Yeah, look, you can't beat that.
Title.
Like, working not as hard and making more money. Shit, I wish. Oh my God, give me that formula.
That's the American dream. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I mean, you know, it's hard work in that it's laborious. You know, a a lot of dealing with people, and some nights it sucks, and a lot of cleaning, and and you got to run around, you get sweaty and shit. But I mean, like, I don't know, I couldn't have a sedentary job again. I like being on my feet. I like schmoozing people. It's easy for me.
Right.
It's like,
I mean,
probably the only job I've ever had where right when I started, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm home. This is where I was supposed to be. Like,
yeah, that's a fucking great feeling, man. Like, being in a job that you enjoy doing, and like it doesn't feel like a fucking slog to have to go in. And like everyone has their fucking days where you don't want to go to work. Like that shit happens. But like to be happy with your job, like that shit feels so good. Cause like
it does, yeah.
My job.
Yeah, the only time I'm ever not happy is like if it's just a night where I have a really shitty crowd, and that happens. Like.
Yeah.
But I also used to work in an office where I was allowed to wear whatever I wanted. So I would wear sweats all the time, and I would watch Netflix while I was doing my photo. Yeah, you were allowed to. So you could have Netflix up on one monitor, and I would be retouching product photos for a website for this company I used to work for, and I would have to deal with the biggest fucking morons who were making double the salary I was, who would wait to the last minute to send me their assets that they needed me to retouch. And then they would immediately be pinging me and DMing me obsessively, like, are these done? I'm like, you sent them 10 minutes ago. There are 140 images. No, I can wholeheartedly assure you they're not done yet. Like, and I was like, I'd have to deal with these same fucking idiots who are way above me in the hierarchy and get paid way more than I do every day. Whereas, as a bartender, like, there's shitty crowds, and there are some regulars that suck, and, I hate them and wish I'd never see them again, but whatever. Like, they walk away after a couple minutes. They fuck off for a minute. Whereas, in an office job, I was tied to my desk, so I had to answer emails, and I wasn't allowed to be passive-aggressive, and it was annoying. It's like, I can't do this. Like, if I can't tell you to fuck off, then I can't work for you,
You know what? Completely fucking fair.
I can put people in their place.
That's my job. Like, I work as a machinist by day. And
That's right. Yeah.
I work for, like, a really small, like, mom-and-pop machinist, like, garage, I'll say. But they're the fucking best, and I work with my best friends in the entire world. Like, it is my friend's family that started the business, so like I'm with them. So if anything goes wrong or like we need to talk, it's okay for me to just tell my friends like fuck off or like shut the fuck up.
Good.
And like, but it's super easy. But like if it was like a bunch of dudes that I didn't know who I didn't give a shit about, and I told them to fuck off, like I'm sure things wouldn't go as easy as it does now. Where like if me and like my boy Kevin, who is my boss, if I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't think that shit works, and Kevin gets mad at me, like, we can just hash that shit out, and we go about it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it is what it is.
Yeah, my boss is, like, one of my best friends, and it was a couple months ago, I was in the middle of a cutscene in, I think it was Yakuza 4, I think, because 3 and 4, or maybe it was just 3, it was either 3 or 4, that, you can't pause during cutscenes, and you can't like save and let it revert back to the beginning when you would relaunch the game. So I was sitting there like, okay, this needs to hurry. Like, I don't want to rush. This is kind of a big deal in the story, but I'm supposed to be at work. It takes me like a 5 to 7 minute drive to get to work. So I get there and I was like, I don't know, I was like 7 minutes late. And it was a Friday night, so we weren't even busy, but she was giving me shit anyway because, like, she was just like, I'm never late to work. Like, I'm usually 5 minutes early because I live so close. There's no excuse. And I get there, and she's just like, so why are you late? You're never late. And I was like, I was in the middle of a cutscene, and I couldn't stay. And she just goes, all right, fine. Because her boyfriend is now playing the Yakuza series, so she gets it. Like, she understands how gripping it is. And she would quit playing Zelda for 10 minutes. She could, start playing Yakuza. But I'm gonna get her on our team eventually. She will fall victim to the Yakuza series, as we all have. Like,
man, y'all are fucking, like, just like the Vega memes, like, y'all are fucking passionate about that shit, because I was, like...
We have to be.
For the longest time, like, when I used to work at GameStop, like, we would sling, like, the Yakuza games, like, every now and then, but I didn't know what the fuck they were. As far as I was concerned, they were, like, a GTA clone. Like, I had no idea. And then, like...
sort of similar.
Yeah, but, like, later on in life, like, as I've, like, met everyone, like, in the FGC and stuff like that, they're like, man, you gotta play Yakuza, it's fun. And finally, fucking Brian was like, man, I'm telling you, like, you gotta get in on it. I was like, all right, fine. Like, I'll finally fucking start. And immediately, like, within the first hour, I was like, all right, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, 100% I understand. Like, y'all...
Bro, I started Kiwami back in January. I had saved it when it was free in November, and I hadn't started it yet. And then we went to OhioCon, and that was my first like anime con. And I'd always been like, I'm not going to any of that shit, you know. Well, I did, and I cosplayed Lady Loki. It was my Halloween costume from Halloween, because we do Halloween cosplays at work. Okay. And so I like tweaked a couple things. I redid the cape, and it looked good, and I wore it to the con and had a fucking blast. I also got way too drunk, like browned out on the way home. Didn't even remember being in the Uber on the way home. And then somehow I remembered to take my fake eyelashes off and all my makeup, and I somehow like got to bed. And I wake up the next day, and I am mad hungover, and I feel terrible. And Brian had to work, so I take Brian to work, and I come home, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm bored. You're not here. What am I gonna do? I don't want to play Street Fighter because I don't feel good. He said, why don't you just start Kiwami? Like, really start it. It's like, okay. So I sit down, I just launch that shit, and like I just like right into the screen, and I was gone. Like, just that was it. That was it. And then that's been this whole year that I've gone through each game and just fallen deeply, deeply in love more with every game. And then I finished the Yakuza series. I haven't played Judgment yet. I'm saving that for after I'm done with XO. So right now I'm just focusing on all my content for XO, streaming, you know, and leveling up Street Fighter. And then after ECT, I can finally, you know, throw in Judgment and start that.
Well, hell yeah.
So that'd be cool. Yeah.
Judgment, I've seen a bunch of good things about. I saw No Good was playing it on his Twitch. I've seen it pop over, like, in random.
Oh yeah, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to spoil it. But
yeah. Like
yeah. He loves the Yakuza series. He had been telling Brian to play it for years.
Oh.
And then once we did, it was like, okay, here we go. Like.
All right. Yeah, fucking listen. I'm telling you, Joe has secret like tendrils that permeate throughout the FGC.
Oh, and they're not secret.
He just like. Has like he drips that poison in everyone's ear, like just a little bit. Like Joe has fucking reach. Like everyone in the FGC, like somewhere or another, like knows Joe. Yeah, he's a fucking.
You
funny
two remind me of each other.
Oh, thank you. He's like the little version of me. But
yes.
But no, I love Joe. I think that dude's the fucking best, and that dude fucking has reach. Like every single person in the FGC that I've met, they're like, yeah, like I know No Good Citizen. Like I know his name or like I personally know that dude. Like everyone has a story about Joe. It's fucking crazy. Like everyone has connection.
Me and Amber are fucking great people, and Joe and Brian have been friends for like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
And then I remember listening to your episode, to some random when you had Brian on and you guys talked about Joe and you guys were like, God damn it, how did he get in here? Like,
yeah, all the time. Like I'm telling you, man,
it's just tendrils.
Like it is 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with Joe. Like for the FTC, it really is. Like you could start with anybody, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Yeah, no, I have a Joe story." Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I can't. Shout out to that dude, fucking putting in the hustle constantly. Like that dude fucking works.
Love you, Joe.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Much love to that dude. He knows how much I love him. I make him fucking videos all the time, so he knows how much I love him.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I do. I make him fucking whack videos. I made him one earlier today not today, fucking Sunday. Or that I thought was really funny, and then I shared it to him, he retweeted it, and it's like some rage quit video that some dickhead I rage quit on him, but I don't know. I enjoy making shit for Joe because Joe's a good dude. I like talking with that guy.
Oh yeah,
He's
definitely.
Solid. He is fucking solid. Yeah. Oh my god, I was just gonna ask you something. I got lost. I don't know. We went down a fucking rabbit hole.
Damn it.
Ah, that's okay. So hold on. Let me go back to my magical list of questions here. Oh, all right, perfect. All right, so we've got ECT. ECT is coming.
Yes.
You were just at Combo Breaker. You're just at Evo.
Yeah.
What is the event that you want to go to you haven't been able to hit yet?
Oh, I really want to go to CEO next year.
Ooh, okay.
And like desperately, and I want to go to Tokyo Game Show too.
Yeah, TGS looks sick.
Yeah, like I really, really want to go, and I think. So far, our like loose plans for 2020 are Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker is easy for us because it's just a drive, and it saves money to like not have to fly. So we can do Combo Breaker no problem. We want to do CEO, and then we want to go to TGS and just kind of hang out in Japan for a little bit. And I am like more than okay with skipping Evo. Like, I don't. There were parts of it that are really, really fun, and getting to see people who you don't otherwise get to see because it's such a big like event. A lot of people from all over the world who don't travel more than once a year, they'll go to Evo, but I don't care about it, honestly. Like, I could skip it.
From what I've gathered from some people that went this year, they're like, I don't need to go.
Yeah, no, you can't. When I go to a major, I want to play people. I want to hang out, like fucking, like at Combo Breaker. We got drunk and played games all night. That was the best part of it, and I love Combo Breaker so much. Out of all the events I've been to, it's by far my favorite. My only complaint about it, my only complaint, I wish it wasn't on a holiday weekend because since we drive, we usually leave on Sunday because it's so much easier to get home on Sunday night and beat the Monday Memorial Day rush hour traffic. Because like if you drive on Memorial Day or Labor Day, those are big travel weekends. So like there's always a lot of cops, there's a lot of speed traps, and there's always a lot of traffic. So the 2 years we've gone, we've left on Sunday, and I hate that because we're missing out on that last night of like seeing everyone. But that's my only complaint about Combo Breaker. I just wish it was on a normal weekend, and then that way, that Monday wouldn't be anything different, so we could just drive back.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like I absolutely love Combo Breaker, and to me, like a 24-hour venue is everything.
Right. Well, that's why I'm a fucking big fan of Michigan Masters because Michigan Masters has 24-hour venue from open to finish, and I am down with that fucking. Look, I will try to convert everyone. Y'all come to Michigan Masters, fucking like April 14th through the 16th or some shit like that. It is the fucking
it's in April?
best.
Okay.
Yeah. Look,
yeah.
I will fucking preach to the heavens. Come to Detroit. Come to fucking Michigan Masters. That shit is the best. It is the best.
Maybe next year we will, because it's only a quick drive for us. We were going to go to Umicon this year, but with XO and going to ECT, can't really do 2 weekends in a row. My boss would kill me. Like.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Yeah. Normally, if we want time off, it's not an issue. But this year is a big expansion year for the company I work for. They're opening a lot of locations, and my boss is one of the senior managers in the company, so they're sending her out to the locations like Nashville and North Carolina and stuff to open those new bars. Okay. And they had me as a trainer. They were going to send me and Brian out to help open bars, but XO kind of got me out of that, which I didn't mind doing it, but like obviously I'd rather level up in Street Fighter and have a program that holds me accountable to do that. And then just go to a major instead of, I don't know, working around the clock in the city and living in a hotel.
Yeah, if I had the choice between like having a sponsorship to go play video games or working, I'm gonna take a sponsorship to go play video games.
Big bet. Yes, the 31-year-old kid in me definitely made the right decision.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And I'm excited about it for sure.
Well, look, if y'all can make it to Michigan Masters, that shit would be the best. I'm 100%.
I mean, next year we could probably do that. Definitely look into it. If we can get that time off, we can go.
I would be fucking super happy to have you guys up here. That's just the best. Fucking. I love Michigan Masters so much because it's less of a fighting game competition for the weekend and more of a drinking competition with fighting games on the side.
Okay, that sounds fun.
It is the best. Oh my god. Yeah, Michigan Masters, everyone come. That shit's the best. April of next year. I don't know the exact date yet. They're still working it out, but it's exciting.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah,
when it gets announced.
Definitely. All right. Well, we're getting close on time, so we'll hit the last 2 questions,
sure.
and then I'll let you get out of here because I'm sure you have a busy night ahead.
No, I just have to pee. That's all.
Oh well, fucking, I know all about it. All right, so last.
No, my day has been nice and long, and this is like the nice closeout to it, and it's been great.
Perfect.
All I'm gonna do is probably vacuum and clean this apartment. That's it.
I got you. I think after this, I have to kiss my wife goodbye to work because I think she's waiting for me to finish this so she can go to work.
She worked third shift?
She works. So she works as a custodian for the library, the public library here in town.
Cool.
And they're super chill about her hours. They're like, you can go in from any time that they close until they open the next day. So she can go in at like 7 o'clock and do it, or she can go in at like 4 in the morning and do it. So she usually just like goes up whenever she feels like it. But sometimes on nights like this where I'm doing an interview, she like hangs out at the house and helps with the kids because she's great. And I'm a pain in the ass over here doing streams. So But that's just my life.
You need vroom, dude. Like, the world needs it and demands it.
But she's great, and I appreciate her for it. So, but I will. All right, so we'll get to the last 2 questions, so we can wrap this up, and so you can go pee. I'll try to save your bladder.
Yeah, no problem. I'm training it.
So first question: what is your favorite story that's come out of the FGC so far? To this point,
wow.
could be a story about yourself. I don't care. It could be anything. Could be, could be Sonic Fox and fucking Goichi if you wanted to. Could anything. Literally any story that's come out.
Damn. That's hard. Fuck.
I know. There's so many storylines.
Many good stories.
It could be it could be from your local. Like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't have to be like a big one. It could be just fucking Fax who decided to show up and be sponsored by.
God, I wish. I just want to fly his ass out here and like keep him here.
I know.
I swear.
I know. That dude's chill as hell. I like him.
He's awesome. He's family and has been for over 2 years, man. I don't know. I think like I don't know, this will just be. I don't know. This all that's coming to mind. My first major was SCR 2017, and let's see. I think my favorite story is mainly, and this just in general in the FGC, because this is all I can think of at the moment.
That's okay.
Is I love that, like, anytime, like you, for example, I meet someone in bracket, we end up being really good friends afterwards, especially if it's like a really good player. My first major, SCR 2017, my first match, it was a DQ. The guy missed it. I think he entered multiple games, so I think that like he either like overslept or he was playing a different pool and just like never made it over to Street Fighter. And then my first winners match then by DQ was Azad, and I had never heard of him. I didn't know who he was, and Hitman had just recently moved to Columbus from Cleveland, and I met Hitman at a tournament, and he double perfected me and has become one of my best friends ever since. So Christian Hitman was my first serious, horrible, terrifying Bison experience. He still is. Like, I fucking hate playing against him. And so I get Azad as my first match in SCR, and he was horrifying. I think the best I did back then was like, I got him halfway to health, like halfway down, and then he closed it the fuck out. And after that, he of course became a very close friend of ours. And like 6 months later was my 30th birthday, so we went to LA for the week. And Kitty Kaboom and Valle, Kitty Kaboom's birthday, the cosplayer, her birthday's a week before mine. So Valle gave us the entire top level at Esports Arena Santa Ana, and we had like it was so dope. It was so dope. We had like a party, and a bunch of people like from the SoCal scene. Like, they try to go to Wednesday night fights when they can, but like LA being enormous and very spread out, and then Santa Ana being not LA, it's hard for everyone to like kind of at least try to get their schedules on point where they can beat traffic, get to the tournament, and actually hang out that night. Like, a lot of people just try to show up when they can. So a lot of my SoCal homies turned up and came out for my party, and that was awesome. Like, I was so flattered that like some people came out just to hang out. And then at the end of that trip, our Airbnb was a nightmare, and we checked out a day early because we were just like, we can't like do this. Like, we had rented a bedroom, and they didn't mention that they had 2 young kids. And I love kids. Like, I fucking adore kids. But it's 9 a.m. and they're running up and down the street and like, or not street, up and down the stairs, like, yelling, and they're roughhousing. They're boys. They're having fun. It's cool. But we're your guests, and we paid for this room, and we can't even sleep. And he and I were just like, Brian and I were like, all right, we're going to check out. We're going to leave. So Azad's mom was like, they could stay at my house. And she hadn't even met us yet. And we get there, and I'm speaking Spanish with her, and we're clowning, and I'm telling her, like, oh, well, your son's really good at Street Fighter V. Like, he beat me, and that's how I met him. And she's just like, oh, Azad, I didn't know you were good at video games. He's like, Mom, what the fuck? Like, I got all these medals and trophies. Like, what do you mean, don't know? Fucking Grandmaster on CFN. And she's like, okay, whatever, Azad. Like, she let us spend the night there. So Brian and Azad were running sets for probably like 4 hours. I played him for a couple hours, and then like I was so tired, and I got sick. Like the day we flew to California, I woke up with a really sore throat, and like my ears were popping. And I just had a sinus infection the whole week, so I was like, I'm gonna nap for a bit. So I take a nap, and then I wake up, and his mom's like, "Oh, you guys want anything to eat?" Like they let us stay with them until the whole night, and then we had to return the rental and then take a shuttle to the airport at like 4 a.m. And she just like, they were just cool. They were just like, yeah, you can stay here. Like it's better. That's one of my absolute favorite stories. Like he came through, and then a few months later when we all went to Evo, like he came and picked us up from the airport, so we went up to Uber. Like,
oh man, see, that's a great story. I love that. That's a beautiful
it's
story.
nothing famous, but more people need to know how great Azad is. And he talks a lot of shit, and he's a fucking clown and an idiot. And he's the best. Like, he's a fucking homie.
Look, I'm all about
Even if he plays Bison. You know?
Look, I'll dock him points for that. But other than that, like, that's a great fucking story. Like, I love that. Fucking shout out to that dude.
Good people. We have good people. Like, all over. And the scene, any scene of human beings, there's going to be bad apples, and there's going to be a lot of great people, too. And, that's just how it is. All that shit after Evo and like, people being exposed for their poor behavior, and I thought it was really good that we were, calling out the correct parties, and also remembering that like there are a lot of great people in the scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Present company, obviously included.
Well, thank you, and you yourself. All right, well, look, we'll wrap this up at the end of the show. So I will say, if anyone has any questions, feel free to throw them out right now. Anything you've been fucking holding on to, throw this shit out here. Ask LiteBrite any question that's on your mind. Within reason. Don't be asking her out on a date. That's rude.
And I'm always happy to make a triumphant return. Some random part 2.
Absolutely. I need to have you and Brian on together. I think that'll be the...
that would be fun.
That's what I'm saying. We'll have both of you guys on together. So if any... No, J Money, you can't, you son of a bitch. But no, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to throw these out right now while I ask you the final question of the night, LiteBrite.
Final question.
All right. What is on your mind right now? What do you need to get off your chest right now that you want to talk about?
Oh, wow.
Look, big, open-ended, could be anything. It doesn't even have to be video game related. Could be just
honestly,
fucking
like,
shit in general.
I'm so like overcome with like happiness and gratitude for everyone, and for not just the XO program and for being nominated for a Reddit sponsorship, but just I'm so grateful, and I feel so loved and supported by so many people and my wonderful friends. Like Ollie, like fucking mods my chat, teaches me tech, makes fun of me, and he's like one of my best friends in the entire world. And he's super supportive of everything I do. He's always got my back in like literally everything. And then he also, he's a good sport. I can make fun of him for hours. And I'm so grateful. Like when I did my stream earlier, like coming back into streaming after 2 years, I was really, really nervous like all week. The last like 3 weeks, it was about like bought a computer. My buddy Matchstick Melee, shout out to him. He built it for me. And I had to learn how to work everything, how to set all the settings up, how to toggle everything. And it was very stressful. And then going back into playing and streaming was stressful. And the last time I had streamed was a couple of years ago, and I got harassed by like a really aggressive like troll, and I found out where he lives, and he's older than I am, lives with his parents in Florida, and he just really didn't like seeing a chick playing Street Fighter. It made him angry, and I fed into it, and I gave him the attention I shouldn't have, and I let him troll me, and then I didn't stream again. But I also didn't want to stream off PS4. So when I bought a computer and I was ready to get back into it, because EXO was that push to do so, I'm so grateful to be back. I'm so excited about it and so glad to be back. And I can't thank everyone enough. Like, I keep tweeting it out and I feel like a broken record, but like I have cried happy tears more in the last like 3 weeks of my life than I have in a long time, because I just can't believe so many people like me and support me enough to like believe in me. I still feel like a scrub. I still feel like there's a million things I don't know, and that's the case. And a lot of us we're always still learning. You'll never know everything about Street Fighter, but it's the fact that like no one, at least to my face or online, no one makes fun of me for like not knowing all this shit, and nobody like shits on me for asking a billion questions. Like when I'm streaming, I'm asking my chat, which is full of my friends, like, yo, should I punish that? Was that minus? Was that plus? Was that an optimal thing for me to do in that situation? Or am I just autopiloting and, going off bad habits? Like, my friends are not only honest with me, but like, I could feel the love. I feel like our Liat's sitting there like, okay, I want you to work on this and this. Today in my stream, we have established that I'm not allowed to use V-Trigger 1 raw unless it is as an anti-air, or else I have to do 10 push-ups on stream. Like,
Okay.
I have to use a confirmation combo and I have to cancel into it, or else I have to do push-ups because we're trying to break this bad habit of mine. My friends give a fuck enough that they actually sit there and like are like, no, like you're gonna do it. And Brian's like, yeah, you'll do the push-ups. I'm like, yeah, I will. It'll suck, but I'll do them. Like the fact that people don't just sit here and make fun of me for not having years of experience playing games or playing fighting games, and the fact that like my friends are for real about like helping me grow, it just means so much to me. Like I'm not paying any of my friends to do this. They're just doing it because they care about me. And like I couldn't be more thankful. I still feel like I'm in a dream because I've been laying in the cut for a long time now, like last year and most of this year, and then out of nowhere, like people are just like, "Yo, like here's something we can do, and here's something you could do," and I'm so grateful. Like I can't say it enough. I really can't.
Listen, well, the work that you fucking have put in and like everything that has been coming to you is because you fucking bust your ass and you work hard, dude. So
thank you.
Like accept the love because you fucking earned it. Like you put yourself out there and you do the work and you're funny as hell. So you fucking
you are too.
Oh, thank you. I fucking try.
You are funny though.
Well,
I fucking
listen,
love you, man.
If I wasn't funny, I'd have nothing else because no one else wants to see this thick boy be sour on the internet.
I mean, I would.
But no, you've done great, and congratulations on the XO Academy.
Appreciate it.
I wish you the best of luck. Before we get out of here, HDM Executioner in the chat wants to know, how do you feel about guest characters in fighting games, excluding Smash? Do you feel like they're a cash grab, or do you feel like they're good implements in the game?
Honestly, so remember again, I don't have like years and years and years of experience of watching this kind of like pattern in video games. I remember in was it Mortal Kombat 10 that they brought in like Jason and Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy was in 9.
10 or was that 9?
9 had Freddy, and then 10 had Jason, Predator, Leatherface, and
That's
the
right.
Alien. Yeah. So
I definitely do think it's a cash grab. However, I don't know if good players or a consistent number of players in the community pick up those characters, but I will say this, because I work in an arcade bar, so like, yes, we draw in people who actually play games, but I would say 80% of our customer base, and thus the target audience that my company wants, is they want casual gamers who just want to spend a lot of money on drinks and then like play Blitz and be annoying, and that's great as long as they tip. I don't care. Like it's mostly like, I think video games, like the fighting game community, is what keeps them alive. Like we're passionate. We look at frame data. We travel. We compete, and we're constantly talking about games, and we keep them alive. But the reason why it's so niche is because they are really difficult to play, and someone can pick it up and mash it. Yeah. That's how I started, and then I found that I loved it, and I wanted to learn it, and I did just want to be, mashing scrub. But I think that they are a cash grab, but I respect it as a business move, because that's how you're going to get more people with deep pockets to spend money on the games, the DLC, and everything that goes with it. And you might turn some of these people from casual mashing people who don't play seriously into people who do play seriously. Like you can 100% convert people. I don't have anything wrong with it. It doesn't bother me, like, because anytime I play a fighting game, I pick a hot male character that's low tier, and that's like my life right there. So, to me, it's like if you're going to get more people spending money so that more products are being made and more shit is being done, that's in my opinion what's important. Like,
yeah, look, that's totally fair. Like, that's a good, like, I'm the same way. If I hop into a game and like they might have like, if I played Tekken. And like they have Negan and stuff like that. Like, that's super cool. Not for me.
I liked that actually. I was not mad that they put Negan in Tekken.
Yeah, like
If they put Kiryu, I will play Tekken 7. Even though I love Lee or Violet, whichever you want to call him, because he's a daddy. I would play Kiryu, and I would actually start playing Tekken if Kiryu was in it.
Okay, well, look, sometimes that's all it takes. It's like that's how you make these communities mesh together.
Right.
That shit's not for me. I'm always going to gravitate towards the big boy grapplers.
Yes.
But if they were like, but Abigail's in Tekken 7, best believe I'd be at every Tekken World Tour event.
You're going to be in there. Because that's just one more game for you to enter at a tournament. I mean, you're already paying to get in. What's $10 extra to have yet another opportunity to play against someone in a bracket?
Exactly. Look, so some characters, like, 100%, like, I'll play. But, like, I don't know. It's not for me, but I support it. Like, I'm down with it.
Yeah. I think Tekken's gorgeous. I just I can't handle learning another game right now. Like, I've been saying that for 2 years, but like I would totally play it. I just don't. I'm not ready to like commit to yet another game. Not yet.
Right. 100% fair.
Sure, it'll happen. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think we've got all the questions out of the way. Fucking.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. If people want to find you on the internet, where can they find you?
You can get me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. It's LiteBritejpg. So yeah, and come get me.
Yeah, and don't forget to
top,
follow.
We'll run some sets.
Yeah, look, if you want to run sets with her, hit her up. That's LiteBritejpg, LiteBritejpg on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and if you want to follow her path on XO Academy. You can check out the XO Academy Twitter at XO Academy. They have a Patreon that you can support and help fund all these wonderful movements that they're doing for the women of the FGC. Patreon.com/XO Academy. All the links for that will be in the show notes. So support them. Give Persia your money to help do these wonderful things for the women in the FGC. I have been.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, I try to be the consummate professional.
You are. You're fucking fantastic. I love you.
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and SuperMarioWorld.com at Sriracha Flash. I couldn't think of anything quick and snappy, so that's what you get. You can find me on Sriracha Flash everywhere. If you want to buy merch, look, I need to hire a designer. I need to get a hold of Brian so he can design me some shit.
Yeah. Brian's fucking.
Because what I got now is okay. It's in the chat at merch. Buy my shit, support me, like feed my dogs, please. They need it.
And the little one.
Yeah, and feed my kids too.
Sister, and she doesn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Hunter, I appreciate it. Listen, I might tell you, I'll hit you up after the show. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for joining me. I've been Sriracha Flash. This has been LiteBritejpg, and this has been Some Random, and we will see you guys on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Love y'all.